anybody want to buy it?
It is simply an act of wishful thinking to say that here, for the first time in the history of capitalism, we have somebody who is bold enough and who has enough vision to build before he has money. It's been tried before, and the result is often not as bankruptcy.
There is no doubt that the Bezos business model is risky. He is spending money to build a brand name that he thinks will inspire customer loyalty. But in the online retail business, competition is only a click away.
A large part of his business model rests on the idea of customer loyalty. But what if, in 3 years, we're not loyal? I mean, the one thing the internet makes really, really easy is the ability to comparison shop.
I doubt in this day and age you can buy customer loyalty. If you could buy customer loyalty, it seems Amazon would have many fewer customers. Its new customers presumably were loyal to somebody, the neighborhood bookstore or to Barnes & Noble or somebody before they went to Amazon. So Amazon has, as it were, bribed previously loyal customers, and we are now to believe that somebody else won't come along and bribe them? I doubt it.
Despite the fickle nature of customers, Amazon.com's sales have continued to grow. In fact, Amazon was ranked among the leading e-commerce companies of 1999. And by the end of that year, the media had begun singling out Bezos as a cyberspace superstar. A symbol for the whole .com revolution.
Time Magazine's Person of the Year. That's pretty good. Started Amazon.com, revolutionized the way we shop. Please welcome Jeff Bezos.
With the success of Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos has become a celebrity, a darling of the media.
Well, congratulations on all this. You look as surprised as anybody.
I am the world's most surprised person, believe me.
Thrust into the spotlight, this one-time computer nerd not only rises to the occasion, he seems to enjoy it.
To do a show like The Tonight Show, it's both fun and a little bit nerve-wracking.
Something else. No, you know what you mean? I mean, or CDs or something.
First couple of minutes of being there is downright terrifying, actually. This is called a daddle saddle. Turns out that the hosts of a show like that also they have a special skill of being able to help put people at ease. So usually after the first 30 seconds or minute, I can kind of relax and have a good time.
I think President Clinton bought one of those.
Bezos' newfound celebrity is something his family is still getting used to.
I think in the beginning, too, when Jeff would be in articles that were in the center of a magazine, we could be found at newsstands. I'm not too proud to tell you this, folding back the magazine and putting it back in the rack so that his picture was on, staring at people as they walked by. Right? We were doing our part.
I never.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Please welcome Amazon.com's Jeff Bezos.
See him on television and, being interviewed and that sort of thing. And it's, it gets a little surreal sometimes. People call me, hey, your brother's on TV right now. And I'm like, okay. It's very weird.
We're back with Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon.com, and he has accepted the challenge for 5 questions. You're a Trekkie. I think they told me you're a Star Trek fan. In the old Star Trek toilet joke, what do the Klingons surround?
Oh, my goodness. Just toilet bowl humor.
Yes.
Okay. And on this show?
Yeah. What do the Klingons surround?
What do the Klingons surround?
Yeah. We can't accept that. Uranus.
Sometimes I get nervous for him. That's one of the things that has changed the most over the years and throughout this Amazon episode is Jeff's evolution in his, his social skills and being able to chit-chat and make conversation and all of that kind of thing.
Finally, you're a billion-dollar player on the internet. What's the best site to get naked pictures of celebrities? Maybe a Terry Hatcher or a young Cameron Diaz?
You know, the problem, Craig, is there's so many. You know, it's hard to pick a favorite. You know, there's so.
What's your favorite?
I've studied these sites, and you know, it's. You know, I don't know how, but I know how you get started. Go to a good search engine like Google and just type in naked celebrities, and you'll be off and running. No problem.
We'll accept that. It's hard to choose.
The vast majority of the companies being created today won't work for one reason or another.
At this point, when the media needs someone to talk about any internet-related topic, Bezos is the guy they call.
There are all kinds of cases of companies that seemed like they were doing great and on the top of the world, and then...
Not just because of his expertise, but because he can be very entertaining. In fact, when Martha Stewart decided she wanted to learn more about online shopping, she chose Bezos as her guide.
If I type in Bezos here, you'll see that my family has created a lot of wish lists. And
I bet. I think he uses his persona a lot, probably too much compared to other people.
Thank you. 600-pound table saws, you know, we've just added
but
recently.
he's goofy and small and funny, I suppose. You know, he's appealing.
Said about this book, here's our own Amazon.com editorial.
Jeff is very similar to a lot of the internet people. They're really friendly. They're just like you and me. They wear khakis. They go to eat tacos. And, you know, I have $1 billion, but I still go to McDonald's kind of thing. And I think that's very appealing to people.
Is that your mother? Let me talk to her. What's your mom's name? Hello?
Even at Amazon.com headquarters, Bezos likes to play up his image as a regular guy.
Thanks for letting him work for us. Hey, you guys. You need to use a little more wine or something, though. You don't have any cash? I can loan you. Thank you.
More like a cheerleader than a CEO, he is always upbeat.
All right. Well, I'll see you later then.
In fact, his good cheer is almost overwhelming.
Can I eat with you guys?
When you travel around with him and see him interact with his employees, it's like he's a rock star. They love him.
Oh, you got it! Okay.
He has this incredible enthusiasm and zest for life. And people, I think, work with him because they want to.
We got 7 million square feet of gift wrap!
Because they realize that they're being included in this really fun, great adventure. You know, he's almost like Tom Sawyer. You get the sense that you're going down the Mississippi on a raft, and you're going to have a really, really fun time.
That was awesome!
So far, whether he's showing off at a press conference or clowning around at the company picnic, Bezos appears to be having the time of his life.
I think he is enjoying himself. He should be. I mean, can you imagine finding yourself one of the richest people in the world, like, after having just been at work for a couple of years?
Though his personal wealth changes from week to week, Bezos is, by any reckoning, a very wealthy man.
Did he sell his stock at the last sale price? No. It's a highly artificial reckoning of his worth, but he can send his shirts out. I mean, he has solved his personal economic problem, I dare say, for life. So in that sense, he's, why is he smiling? Because he's rich. That's why he's smiling.
But according to people who know him, Bezos has not changed since becoming a billionaire.
I asked him that once. How's it different? And Jeff said, the only way that it's really different is that I no longer look at the price of menu items. And then he laughed. The Jeff laughed some more.
Okay, so should we go back?
He told me a long time ago that really within the first 6 months of launching Amazon, he could have retired a millionaire. He had lots of people offering him, I think the first offer was $25 million, and then a few months after that, somebody offered him something like $300 million for the company. He could have sold out, lived the life of a millionaire for the rest of his life. That's not what he's about. He really believes that he wants to make history.
Bezos is well on his way to building the Earth's biggest store, but he's not alone. In the last few years, a number of other brand name retailers have opened websites. So while Bezos got the jump on his competition, the race is still on to see who will be the king of cyber commerce.
I try to take one picture a day.
Okay.
Sort of, I'll
there
take
you
a picture of you guys. There we go.
All right, smile there.
Jeff Bezos takes photos wherever he goes. It's his way of capturing moments from this incredible ride he's on. In just 5 years, he's gone from total obscurity to heading up one of the biggest retail empires in history.
There's so much going on that very rarely do I have time to step back and think about it. Our business grew 90% in 3 months at the end of 1999. That isn't normal. So that kind of growth doesn't leave too much time for, deep reflection.
For Bezos, who is so hyped up he can't bring himself to ride an elevator, things won't be slowing down anytime soon. In fact, if anything, the competition Amazon.com faces on the web is getting tougher. Brand name retailers are crowding onto the web, and the guy they're all looking to beat is Bezos.
I think that they're aiming for Amazon because they're shocked that someone's come in out of nowhere and taken their business. And I think that every retailer is saying, who is this Amazon that's putting us all out of business? Barnes & Noble must be going crazy. Like, what the heck happened here? And so I think he's the big red target for everybody. He's got it on his forehead.
But for many brick-and-mortar retailers, succeeding online isn't as simple as just opening a website.
They have to carry a huge amount of inventory that's decentralized all over the country that Bezos doesn't have to worry about. And then you've got pricing problems. Places like Walmart price things differently according to the market. So a hammer that costs $15 on Long Island might cost $12 in Kansas. And there's a whole science to tuning the pricing. So how are you going to price that thing on the internet?
The reality is what Walmart is really good at and what we're really good at are really pretty different things. They're good at managing a store network, managing thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, their associates all around the world and so forth. What we're really good at is we're really good at creating software to make it easy to buy things. And we're really good at customer service, and we're really good at shipping individual packages from anywhere, to wherever you might be. And those turn out to be very different competencies.
While it's too early to tell whether Walmart.com has had any impact on Amazon.com's sales, Bezos claims he's not worried.
The internet is big. It's even bigger probably than most people imagine. And there are going to be lots of winners. It isn't going to be, there's just going to be a few companies that do well online. There are going to be thousands and thousands of winners. So many of these brick and mortar retailers, I think over time, are going to be successful, and I think there's still room for us to be successful too.
Bezos is upbeat about Amazon.com's future, but as analysts point out, the company's success is far from guaranteed.
Where Amazon.com can stumble is they can have trouble ramping revenue per customer. They could have trouble driving to profitability just based on operating expense issues.
Thank you for calling Amazon.com.
They also need to be very aware of changes in the competitive landscape because the world has awakened to the fact that they have the opportunity to grab a real brass ring, and when that happens, you open up the opportunity for a lot of competitors to really come after you.
Investors are backing away from unprofitable internet companies.
The NASDAQ has hit the hardest. It has now plunged over 23% this week.
Shares of Amazon.com are falling for the third day in a row, putting the company on track.
The ups and downs of internet stocks show the industry is highly volatile. Wall Street is still trying to figure out what these companies are worth.
People understand that the internet's a very important medium, and they just don't know what it's worth yet. I mean, what would you say the telephone is worth in 1909? So it's hard to say until later. It may not, in fact, be Amazon that lives. It may be some company you've never heard of that's in a garage, down the block from Amazon. You have no idea, and that's what's so exciting about the internet space.
In In 1994, Jeff Bezos set out to explore the brave new world of the Internet at a time when the web was still a new frontier. Was he a visionary, as some people say, or was he just lucky in the right place at the right time?
I don't think there's very many visionaries on the internet. There's a lot of people that latched on to the gravy train today, especially. But there's not a lot of people who actually came up with an original idea and changed the way people buy and sell things. And I think Jeff's done that.
So this is where we take your...
Jeff Bezos is an evangelist.
Anybody can buy anything from any of our Z-Shop
This is an age of unprecedented faith in the promise of technology, and he has been able to, shall we say, persuade the investment portion of the public that this is the next great thing. And it could be, but so far it is not.
Whatever happens, he will have played a major role in driving the growth of the internet. And he's helped create a company that, worst case, changed the environment, and best case, and more probable case, will be one of the most successful retailers in history.
Jeff Bezos has already achieved a great deal. This young boy who dreamed of exploring space has built a huge business empire and in the process has helped revolutionize retailing. He and his wife recently had their first child, a boy named Preston, prompting some people to speculate whether Bezos might actually slow down his hectic pace. But according to those who know him, this boy billionaire is as driven as ever.
I think he wants to create this historic, perfect business model for the new economy. And at a certain point, he'll declare victory and retire from it, and then devote the rest of his life to even bigger things. He's got very grand plans for philanthropy. And in his typical idiosyncratic way, he's already given a great deal of thought to how he'll do things like, solve world hunger and guarantee no infant mortality.
Don't kill him! I'll accept the cameraman!
I think that when it stops being fun, we'll do something else. As much as it's fun, he's going to do it. And if parts of it don't stay fun, he'll stop doing those parts. I think he's having a really good time.
Hey, howdy.
Howdy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you. The biggest motivator for me is other people counting on me.
Hi. He's the lead here in the gift.
So it's actually easier for me to be motivated today than it was when I started Amazon.com. Because at that point, really, only me and my parents were counting on me because they'd made an investment in the company. Hello. Hi. Today, there are thousands of people counting on me, and that's very, very motivating.
I think he's just working to make this thing last. I think that while it's been an incredible ride so far, I think he would tell you it's just the beginning.